Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. I just wanted to jump on today to kind of talk about some stuff that has been happening and will continue to happen with the Aquarium project that I think is going to be really good and really to the benefit of you guys, which is obviously my number one priority. But, I mean, okay, I don't want to jump straight into it because, like, YouTube stuff, you gotta, hey, remember to subscribe. So remember to subscribe and like and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, um, but basically, what's going to be happening with the Aquarium project is we're going to be changing some of the brands we stock, and changing some of that kind of stuff. And there's basically there's a couple of reasons for that. We aren't going to be stocking Sarah or New Life Spectrum, or I think there's one or two other minor ones, but those are like the main ones. So we're not going to be stocking those anymore, unfortunately. Basically, the reasoning for this is, unfortunately, we're put in a position where we kind of had to choose between what were like. Basically, we had to choose between a customer and a supplier in a position that we were in, with a dispute, I guess. So I had to choose between, in my opinion, what was right for the customer and what yeah, basically that's kind of what I had to choose, and so I chose obviously the customer side. I don't like describing it this way, but I mean, without going into specifics, this is kind of the best way I can describe it. Is basically, yeah, I was just in a position where that was kind of what I had to do and the decision we had to make. But I think that is definitely to the benefit of you guys, because like for a few reasons, like obviously going forward, I don't want to be in that position anymore. In that, I don't know how to describe this without it sounding like marketing or like lip service or whatever, but you guys really are my number one priority, I guess. And I'd like to think that the things that I do show that to you guys. Not that it really matters, in that I'm happy with what I do is for your guys' benefit, and it does. I don't need to like kind of prove it, but but with that being said, that is kind of what I would like for you guys to see, is that there's things that I can say that are for your benefit, and then there's like actually doing stuff for your benefit, if that makes sense. Because like at the end of the day, all I really want is for people to have success keeping fish, to enjoy it, to have fun, all this kind of thing. And so really being careful not to make it sound like I'm trying to just like convince you guys or anything, but I mean with the way I source Africans, for example, like what we talked about yesterday or the day before, with sort of the way it's not stocking, like I could sell stability and I could sell a ton of stability, but in my opinion, that's not setting people up for success, even though it's leaving money on the table for me. And so this kind of decision comes from that place of, I really want to do the best by you guys and make sure that what I do makes you guys have the most success, be in the best position and everything like that. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of where we are. I really don't like having to do this, in that I what was that? Well, those fish aren't happy. But yeah, for me, it's hard to talk about this, because if I was watching, I would think it is the biggest load of bull in the entire world, and I don't think I'd believe me. But I'm not a word magician, so this is kind of where we are. But yeah, basically that's the reason why we're not stocking Sarah. I was put in a position where I had to choose between the supplier and the customer, and choosing the customer was the right thing to do, and also if it happened once, it's going to happen again, and that's not massively a relationship I want, if that makes sense. So that's kind of I really don't want to talk about this, because it's very dramery, clicky, like ugh. It's just gross. It's like everything I hate about the hobby, but it is very much a business thing, if that makes sense, and I don't want to turn myself into like someone who's gonna like be complaining and everything, and like, oh, you know, drama, all this kind of thing. But I think I do owe it to you guys, given that we do I've pushed Sarah hard because I think it's a product that's in line with its place in the market, and that it's a good average kind of hobbyist beginner food and everything like that. But also because it is, yeah, like it's a good product, and there was other stuff going on that means it was to your guys' benefit. It was good to the general people, to be able to support it. But we're no longer in that position, so I don't want to keep flogging a dead horse, essentially. So yeah, but what we're doing is we're gonna be pivoting to some really cool new stuff. Some stuff that hasn't, as far as I'm aware, is like there's nowhere else you can get it, at least in Auckland. Some really interesting new stuff, some different new stuff, that I'm so excited for. So what we're going to do is I'm going to kind of go through those as the shipments arrive. Like, I've already ordered a lot of it. Some of it I haven't yet because we've got to clear out all this old stuff to make room. But there's new stuff coming in the works, basically. So what we're going to do is I'm going to kind of pivot that, and I hope you guys understand. It is really important to me that you guys do understand, because the reason I am doing this is for you, and I don't want to make it seem like I'm trying to be self-serving or anything, because that's really not what it is. And yeah, I just really like you guys to know that, if that makes sense. So with that being said, I understand a lot of you guys will have bought Sarah stuff from me in the past, and so don't worry. Like, if you firstly, if you bought something that's like under a warranty, like you bought a filter or something, and then you have something happen, don't worry, it's all still sweet as. Don't worry, just, you know, same as normal. Just let me know and we'll sort it. But basically, I want you to know that I'm not kind of like forgetting about you or like moving past you, because that's not what I want. Like, as I said many times, you guys are the number one for me. So what I want to do is have conversations, basically, is kind of the answer. So if you've bought Sarah stuff from me and you're wanting to kind of stay with me again, like, so we're not going to be selling Sarah anymore, obviously. And if you want to, I don't know how to explain this without, again, sounding like very drama, clicky, gross stuff. But if you want to stay with me, then 100% talk to me, because the whole idea with this is we're getting better foods, mostly talking about foods, but filters and stuff as well. But we're getting better quality stuff. I'm working on some really interesting stuff. And there's going to be very clear there's going to be alternatives. So if you want to keep shopping with me, come hit me up. I can talk. I'm more than happy to spend as much time as needed to talk you through, like, oh, yep, you had this one, so the substitute for that we've got in is this one. You could also look at this one, and like talk you through the pros and cons of each one. But yeah, I really don't want you guys to think that I'm kind of walking away from you guys, or like leaving you guys behind, like, oh, you know, you bought Sarah, tough luck, we don't sell it anymore. Like, that's not what I'm trying to do. And when I was choosing what we're going to do, it was very, very important to me that there was clear alternatives, and alternatives that I didn't want to make necessarily have it be direct alternatives, and that you change from one, you change to another, because what's the point? That's a waste of time for a customer. Like, there's no benefit there. It's just you're getting saddled with my problem, which is not what I'm wanting to do. So what I've done is the stuff that you have, your Sarah stuff, right? I don't, it sounds like I'm making you choose, but I'm trying not to. But if you want to, you know, keep being, like, if you're staying with the Aquarium project, then it will the change will represent an increase in quality. So the stuff that I'm doing to replace Sarah's position within the Aquarium project is better, in my opinion. Obviously, It's my opinion. Some people might disagree, but I truly believe the stuff we're bringing on is going to be better product for you, and you're going to have better success, and there's going to be more benefits. Not necessarily benefits in terms of straight product, maybe. Like there is, but like imagine there's not. But also with these relationships I'm working on, what it's going to do is it's going to allow us to maybe if like I can't go into detail with the names, but like if X food is selling really well, that will put us in a better position to be able to leverage that relationship of we're buying heaps of this food from the supplier, and they also sell decorations, so we can bring cooler decorations, or like specifically people want X decorations, so we can bring that in, like we can work with the supplier and like get that in for you and like all this kind of stuff. Obviously that kind of stuff's going to take time, but yeah, I mean that's basically where we're at. It is really important to me that you guys know that this is a thing we're doing for you to bring benefits to you guys, because at the end of the day, that's the most important thing for me. So yeah, I mean that's kind of all I had for today. I mean, even now, like thinking in my head right now, I'm in 2 months whether I post this video, but I think I do owe it to you guys, in that I've been recommending Sarah, and then now I'm not stocking it. But I do want you guys to know that there is a reason, and it will end up being better for you guys. And I understand plenty of people are gonna not like this or not like me for this, and I understand that, but I do really believe in the long term this is going to be better for you guys. So yeah, I mean that's kind of my position. That's where we're at. Please ask if you have any questions. It's really important. Again, this is all really for you guys. So if you have any questions at all, even if it's like, send that thing like, oh, this is a pointless question, why would I ask that? Like, it's not worth it. Just ask. I'm more than happy to answer, or come into the shop and talk to me and actually talk to me. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So thank you guys very much for listening. Definitely ask away, and if you take anything from this video, just know that I love you all so much, and I'm really trying to do some cool stuff for you guys, and we are doing some cool stuff for you guys and some good stuff for you guys, stuff that's going to set you up for more success, etc, 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 etc. So thank you guys very much, and we'll catch you in the next one. Love ya. Bye.